The shifter in this car is sloppy loose. It just bounces around, and to me, the throw is too long. I prefer a much shorter throw on a shifter. So I found this short throw shifter kit. The objective is to solve both problems, the looseness and the throw. I don't know what's in here or what's involved. It shouldn't be too bad. It looks like there's a handful of 10mm bolts on the top of this. We'll pull those out and see what we see from there. I found this short throw shifter kit in two places. I found it on eBay and I found it on Mazdatrix. The Mazdatrix version was like $200. This one on eBay was like 35 or something. I can't remember now. I understand that you get what you pay for. So this could be a short journey. I'm kind of curious to see what's in here. Well, I see some oil in there. Hey, Zach, will you grab me some paper towels? If you compare these two shafts, the way they change the throw is by changing the shape of the shaft. This one being longer on the shifting end means that you have to move the shifter less distance to accomplish the same change inside of the transmission. So the pivot point is what moves, I guess. Now the spacer is right here. I assume it has to go on the top of the transmission right there. That would make sense. And there is a new little bushing right there that I assume probably goes on that. The rest of this, I don't 100% know where it goes. Oh, I see, that's a little spring deal right there. There we go. That's what we wanted. Now, this needs to slide right over the top of that and bolt it on there. Something clearly is not right. It doesn't go down any further. How come? Oh, no. Gotta be kidding me. Son of a gun. What it seems is there's not enough room for that bushing to go down in far enough. So either I need to space this out a little more. After fiddling with that shifter from, I don't know where, the eBay special, for a little too long, it's tempting. This thing right here is available on eBay for, I don't know, $30 or $35 or something. And it comes with all of the bushing pieces that you'd think you'd need. And it seemed like it was going to work. I had two problems. One is that the bushing was too big in diameter, and so I had to shave it down just a little bit. And then secondly, once it got in there, it wouldn't fit together, like the caps and everything wouldn't go on. I gave up messing with it. At one point I even thought that I might either extend the spacer or that I might trim the shifter, because it was clearly just not going to work. Well, in the end I gave up and ordered the real one. This is the Mazdatrix version, and right out of the gate you can see some material differences here. Notice that the top of the shifter has different threads. This is the thread required for the existing shift knob. This is smaller and a tighter pitch. It would require either an adapter or a different shift knob. The whole shifter is longer, which means that now you may improve the throw because you've got a longer tail, but having the thing stick out that much higher isn't all that interesting. Here's the most material thing though. Look at the distance between the bottom of the shift ball and the bottom of that lower shaft. We're looking at just about exactly 1.5 inches, all right? Very, very close. In comparison, this thing, the eBay special, is, look, it's a solid 1/8 inch longer. And so that explains why I was having the trouble that I was having. So I've given up on that thing. Although this stuff may be usable, it's kind of irrelevant. This one is shorter. I like. It looks like it'll fit. I like. It has this rubber boot built onto it. I like. It has the right thread for the shift knob. I like. And it comes with all of its stuff as well. And it even looks like it might have some instructions in it, heaven forbid. Whereas that one, you just kind of had to figure things out as you went. So I'm going to drop that one in. Okay. You're grabbing into the ether. All right, we're going to go for this again. This job really isn't too bad. There is oil, at least there should be oil right here below this. And so you'll want to be ready with the paper towel. There's the original. And we don't need any of that except for the shift knob. We'll get that in a minute. This bushing right here is really where the magic happens. It spaces the whole thing up so that the bottom of the shifter can be a little longer, thereby increasing the action inside of the transmission with a shorter throw on the outside of the lever. So this goes down in here. and it sits over that pin. Yeah, it slides right in there. Notice that it is just slightly recessed right here. That's to accommodate this bushing. Then we want this thing on there. Notice that there is just a small recess in that bushing, and the pin in that collar go over that recess. Don't forget this little gasket. This guy goes right here. Then the shifter uses that pin in the groove of the ball to keep it straight. So it needs to go in here just like this. This stuff just goes so smooth when you have the right parts. My advice, don't even mess around with those cheap jobbers on eBay. For me to make that work, I would have had to spend time machining it. And then even when I'm done, I'd have something that is probably too long on the top, wrong thread, so I got to mess around with either adapters or a different shift knob. It's just not even worth it. Oh yeah, I like the feel of that already. Much better. I can feel that. Just completely different. Snappy, smooth, quick. I love it. The moral of this story is pretty simple. It's just not even worth messing around with that eBay shifter. Look, a lot of the time, the cheap stuff on eBay is just fine, and I'm one to take the gamble quite regularly. But in this case, my advice, just don't do it. If you're going to go with the short throw shifter, Mazdatrix has the one that you want. The eBay one may or may not even work for you, and even if it does, it'll always probably be just a little bit sketchy. This one, this is legit. I like it.